Okay, I'm the person that speaks to the presenters, so if you like, I run the live bit of the show. So I cue them when to speak, I tell them when to walk, I tell them to speed up or slow down if we're running out of time. I ask all the cameramen to give me the shots that are required for the television programme. I sort of run when we're playing clips and that sort of thing, I cue the clips in. So it all comes from where I'm sitting now.
What is your greatest skill then? Is it being able to forget about everything else and stay in the moment? What makes you a great director?
The most important thing that I can do is to make the presenter's job as easy as possible. That's my main role, really. So if I can take away all of the kind of stuff that's going on around them, so they don't have to worry about that, so they can just trust me to get on with that, then they can perform better. And that's really the crux of it. So my main job is to sort of stay as calm as possible and just ease them through the show. So as we're doing the live programme, I'm continually just reminding them what's coming next and helping them along the way. That's the idea, really.
I mean, I've done live radio for years, and it's pretty simple because it's me and a button and a stack of records and a couple of guests. You've got a whole team of people who are putting bits together, and everybody's got to be on the same page. Who kind of choreographs all that?
Well, I do, and the lady who sits next to me, who's called the production assistant or script supervisor, they're called nowadays, and she's in charge of all the timings. So as we go through the show, she's constantly looking at, how long each item should be. It might be 3 minutes 40 or something, but in a live show it might come in half a minute over that. So she's telling me that we've overrun a little bit, and we just kind of adjust things as we go through. There's
no going over then, you've got to be off at the right time.
The show's 59 minutes exactly long, and that's not 59 minutes and 3 seconds, it's exactly 59 minutes. So we have to come in. So we have little tricks that we can play towards the end of the show to help us bring it in on time.
We're now sat here a few hours before the programme goes live. When do you start getting the buzz of a live TV programme? Because directing something that's pre-recorded is easy. If it goes wrong, you can edit it. I mean, we're going to see if you cock up, aren't we?
You are, but actually I prefer doing live programmes because what we've got here is we've got a very experienced live team of people who do it, and they are all, everybody is very good at their jobs. And the beauty of a live programme is that if it does go wrong, and they do sometimes, but it's over and done with, it's gone out, there's no point in talking about it afterwards, it's happened and what have you, it's gone. If you're doing a recorded programme, then I find that much more stressful, because all of the time you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, was that bit we just did good enough? Could we do that again better? And of course you can never do that with a live programme. So in a way, live programmes are easier.
Would it be possible then to hear what happens the minute before you go live and hear how you get into the programme? Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. What you would hear from there is there's a department in London called presentation. So they count as on and off air. So we get like a 2 minute cue, 1 minute cue, and then eventually they count down from 10 seconds down to 0. And then on the 0, I start the programme. I cue the programme to start.
Shall we roll VT?
Run VT, yeah.
Couldn't even get that right.
Roll VT, right. Okay, roll VT, that's what ITV say. BBC say, run VT.
Oh, we must get it right.
Alex Belfield, in the morning.
BBC Radio Lead.
1 minute to air, 1 minute.
Okay, stand by everywhere, please. Absolute quiet, please. Thank you.
30 seconds, 30. Thank you. 20 seconds to air. Counting to on air in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
and cue Chris
2,
and Kate.
1, 0.
Now then, have you booked the other sets?
I've booked the other set, and I've got a bar now.
I've got a kestrel, definitely. On
Definitely.
tap.
So is there anything else we need?
Yeah, I know what it is.
What?
We need a massive pile of...
Run VT.
25.
Coming out to camera 5, then VTB.
20.
Here it is.
15. Counting out the BT in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
And mix
1,
and cue.
A massive
0.
pile of what?
Not now, but here's a clue. Welcome Welcome to Springwatch, coming from yet another glorious evening up here at Pensthorpe in North Norfolk.
We always promise you drama on Springwatch, and drama we have had in spades over the last few days, and we've got more to come tonight. But we've been experiencing spring here in East Anglia. Simon King is down in the south in Dorset. Let's join him now.
Cue Simon.
1 minute on this.
Summertime and
Oh,
the
it's
living
good.
is easy.
We're back on BBC Radio Leeds with David Weir. That's what happens then at the beginning of the programme. It really could be quite confusing. I mean, they're very talented at just looking calm while all's going on around them.
They're incredibly talented. The presenters are absolutely fantastic. How they do it, I don't know, because they're hearing me speaking to them, they're hearing Simon King speaking to them, they're hearing what's going on in London as well, and they just don't bat an eyelid and they get on with it. It's a very, very good job that they do.
All right, let's describe where we are then. We're in what's called the gallery, and it's like the cockpit of Concorde, isn't it, really?
Okay, well, on my right, you'll see that there's a desk here full of buttons. That's the vision mixing desk, and there's literally the buttons that you press that changes the picture that you see at home. And the person that does that's called the vision mixer. And we have two vision mixers on this program. We have one that operates that equipment, and then because we have so many cameras, because Pensthorpe is a large estate, it's thousands of acres. And we put cameras in the nests, but of course we've got to find the nests, and they could be half a mile away. A lot of them are. So we've ended up with, on this particular series, we've got about 25 of these cameras spread all over the estate. And the vision mixing desk doesn't have enough channels. It doesn't have 25 channels on it. So the second vision mixer is continually pre-selecting, if you like, the next lot of nests that we're going to be looking at. So it makes the job for the main vision mixer very difficult, because a button that in item 7 was a blackbird, in item 9 is going to be a blue tit or something else. So, they've got to be really on the ball.
And you have as well, because it's an extraordinary type of programme. I don't think there's anything other than sport that would be this complicated.
It's similar to sport, actually. You're right. It is a similar kind of thing to sport. Most of what we do is sort of daily reports. Although it's a live programme, a lot of the programme is saying, well, earlier today we saw this happen. Because, of course, we're recording for 20 hours out of 24. All of these nests are being recorded 20 hours out of 24. So we pick the bits that are most interesting. The chances of that happening in the 1 hour that we are live, when frankly the birds are kind of nestling down to go to bed anyway, is pretty remote. Sometimes it happens, but more often than not it doesn't. So a lot of the programme is our presenters live saying, well, earlier today we saw the blue tits do this, or we saw the otter come out to the river or whatever. So it's, from that point of view, it's a bit like sort of match of the day highlights. It's a similar sort of system to that.
What time do you get here in the morning?
I get in here about 11 o'clock. The producers arrive earlier than that. They arrive about 9 o'clock. So what they do is they come and they find out what's been happening overnight, what stories have evolved, and what's frankly what's been killed or what's been attacked or what's fledged or whatever it is. And then between 9 and the time I come in, which is 11, they make up sort of a skeleton running order for that day's programme. They then give me the running order, and then my job is to sort of translate that into pictures for the live show in the evening.
In front of us we've got one big screen which is like a plasma, and then there's probably 50 other screens. Is this centre one the one that we're seeing at home?
Yeah, that's the transmission screen. So anything that I see on that. The idea is having so many screens is that we can see anything that might be transmitted before we actually press the button that transmits it to the airwaves, and you can understand why we'd have to do that. So we have to have a lot of screens, and a lot of them are duplicators as well. Although it looks a lot, but actually these screens on my left, there's I think there's 24 screens there, and the same 24 are on the right as well. So it's not quite as complicated as it looks.
Are you excited to be on the programme because it's live and it's every night and you've got to make it entertaining, and there's a lot of eyes watching you? I mean, it's the biggest thing on the BBC right now.
It is. I've been doing this job a long time, and it's the most enjoyable live programme I've ever worked on, without any question. It's just it's a privilege actually to work on it. It's just lovely.
And as for Chris and Kate, they make it look so comfortable and so relaxed. Is that all in the preparation, that everybody knows what they're doing?
It is, but it's also in that's sort of the style of the programme, that we don't have any script. There's no script at all. What makes it different from other nature programmes is that it's a conversation, really. It's a conversation between the two of them talking about whatever has happened. and that makes it feel more informal, and I think that's what the viewers like, and that's what gives Springwatch its sort of, its unique selling point.
I'm not saying I've heard rumours, but are you one of those screamy directors?
No, I'm not. No, I'm absolutely not.
Is there ever any need for that?
There isn't any need for that, but that does happen sometimes with some people, yeah.
Congratulations on a wonderful programme, and thank you for allowing us to come down.
Not at all, you're very welcome.